If you're an athlete going through injury, and whether you're at the start, middle, or end of your recovery journey, this video is going to help you immensely. Today's topic is what we're going to talk about, how we're going to guarantee your comeback, how we're going to guarantee your return. Now, as you can see, man like me, Picasso in it. So, Steve. Oh, actually, hold on, we got a special guest in the building. Everybody say what up to Steve.
Yo, you know me. You know me.
All right, so as you guys know, Steve is one of my best friends. Oh, if you guys don't know, now you know. Yeah, and Steve will be accompanying us on today's video. So, Steve, everybody at home, I want you guys to look at today's artwork. And I want you guys to reflect, look at it, deep it for a minute. Steve, you can let me know, what do you see?
Damn, I see a guy trying to climb a mountain.
Yep, okay, yep.
And he has an injured leg.
Oh, okay, yep. So what, maybe that could be the viewer at home, an injured back, an injured knee, an injured leg, an injured shoulder, an injured heart, an injured mind, oh, an injured spirit. We're going to be uncovering a lot of stuff today, all right? I'm very, very keen. I'm very, very psyched today. But I'm going to just wipe this whiteboard and we'll get in it. We'll get right in it, all right? We'll get right in it. So, yeah. So, I don't know what else to say while I'm just rubbing out the board. But, yeah, man, sometimes you got to rub one out, right, Steve?
Yes, sir. Spiritual.
Yep. Oh, hey. Look, right now, I'm teasing ya. I really am teasing ya, but just hold on, just hold on. You guys are getting too G'd, you know? You guys are getting G'd up. The purpose of this video is 3 things. The first thing is I want you to know that you are not alone. It is crazy for me to think that one of the most common experiences that every athlete will go through at some point in their athletic career is going through an injury. And although it is so common, it can be one of the loneliest times that you can ever feel. It's like we're all alone together. That's actually Dave's album name. Anyway, so the first thing is that I want you to know that you are not alone. I want to change your perspective and mindset about this injury. And it's one of those things you have to let me cook. You have to let me cook. Food will be ready, dinner will be ready, but you have to let me cook in the kitchen, all right? So one of the big things that we're gonna be talking about is 3 steps back, 5 steps forward. You're going to turn this step back as a propulsion method to the version of you that's going to exist. Right? And I want you to think of an arrow. In order for that arrow to travel hundreds of meters, it first must go back a few centimeters. Ooh! Did you hear that, Steve? In order for that arrow to go forward hundreds of meters, it must first go back a few centimeters. So it has to feel a little bit of discomfort, a little bit of pain, in order for the growth that's about to happen. Damn! All right, so from our why today, let's start off with you are not alone. And I'm going to be sharing my story. Some of you guys know this, some of you guys don't know this, but let's go into it. I've been in the physio game for about 7 years now. I've actually been here for yeah, Steve's doing the same thing as well. I've always wanted to be a physio, and a big part of that is I've been so active in my entire life, ever since I was born. It's crazy. I must have like cartwheel out of
It was running in his womb.
running in, and I ran out. I was so keen to come out into the world, and literally I've been so active where I'm pretty sure that I had abs back in kindergarten. It's crazy. Like I feel like I've been like in good shape my entire life. And during COVID, I remember getting into basketball, and basketball is a sport where you're consistently jumping, and and an injury that I picked up was patella tendonitis. And if you don't know what that is, your patella tendon is underneath the patella. Tendonitis is a condition which is inflammatory, and it tends to happen when you've just started a sport or your loads have dramatically increased. For example, you were working out once a week and now you're working out 3-4 times a week. Massive increase in load. So I had a background of tendonitis, and this one night, me, my girl at the time, the fellas, we were out having fun, couple of drinks, this and that. And I remember, like, we were walking out of the club and I just slipped. And I slipped and I heard like a little crack in my knee, a little like sensation in my knee. I'm like, ooh, that doesn't feel right. Anyway, walked it off. It is what it is. And I woke up the next morning and my knee was hella swollen. I'm like, oh damn. I'm like, what am I looking at? So I tried to kind of rehab it, and it just, within the first week, I'm like, oh, something ain't right. Like, I feel kind of sus about it. So got it scanned. Turns out I had a partial tear in my patella tendon. And I'm like, oh, damn, this ain't good. And it was in a area of my tendon which isn't really common. So it's kind of where that bone and the tendon connect, and it's in an area which is quite difficult to rehab. So I remember, like, damn, like, this ain't a good sight. So I went to the surgeon and I had a nice chat with the surgeon, and the surgeon's like, yo, man, like, we can rehab it or we can go in for surgery, and I'm gonna leave this decision up to you. And I had to sit and think about it for a while, and I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to go down the rehab route and see how it goes. And worst case scenario, if it fails, beep, 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 beep. Hey, yo, doc, get me on the table. Anyway, so that was pretty much the start of my injury journey. And I kind of allowed the pain to influence the person that I became. And I could tell you that I was definitely a shell of myself. I stopped going to the gym, and the times that I would go to the gym, I would spend 10-15 minutes doom scrolling on my phone before I got in, and I'm like, all right, trying to psych myself, go inside the gym. Once I went inside the gym, I'd spend 5 minutes on the treadmill machine, warming up. And after 5 minutes, the slightest bit of pain and discomfort, I'm like, you know what? Nah, I'm not ready. I'd go back in the car and I would wrap it up. Pause. And I did that for months. And what has happened is that over time, I gained about 15 to 16 kilos.
Damn!
I know, that's right.
Damn!
And that was during when I first started to play basketball. Was on a bit of a bulk because obviously I wasn't, one of the biggest guys on the field. And then when I got injured, I just stopped training, started eating whatever, McDonald's or Portos, KFC, I stopped caring about my health. I let the stress get to me. And that was the first turning point, was that I looked in the mirror and I'm like, who have I become? Because I couldn't recognize myself. That young kid who had abs back in kindergarten, who could have probably taken your girl and maybe even Steve's girl back then,
Whoa.
can no longer do that no more. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
I had changed as a person, and at that time, like, my girl was just not having it, and she was like, deuces. So she left me as well, and I was in a position where all the pillars of my life, my health, my love life, my mental health, my career, because I would wake up every morning and I would dread going to work, just fell apart. And I became a shell of myself. So if you're going through something similar, I want you to know that you are not alone, and I went through the exact same thing. But I want you to be grateful for being in this position. That's right, you heard me. I want you to be grateful in the face of adversity and in the face of loss. Why? Because you have an opportunity to build yourself in any way that you want to. The whiteboard, the canvas is completely clean. You have an opportunity to rewrite yourself in any way that you want. The pen's in your hand. It ain't in my hand, it's in your hands now. And the next couple of months to years is going to dictate who you are going to become. So you have this opportunity. So it's a blessing in disguise. Trust me. And if it wasn't for those experiences, if I hadn't had torn my patella, if I hadn't gained 16 kilos, if my girl didn't leave me, Shraz the Physio wouldn't exist. There would be no Evolve Physio. Yeah. This video wouldn't be up. And it is crazy where the collapse of my old life allowed me to create my new life. So I want you to be grateful in the face of adversity. When life hits you with adversity, I want you to meet it with gratitude. And if it's okay with you, I would like to do a little prayer. Steve, is that okay with you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, so I'm just gonna say this. Thank you, God. Thank you, universe. Thank you to the all-knowing creator for what I am currently going through and what I will become at the end of this journey. I may not understand why I am going through this right now, but I trust that ultimately I will see the lesson in my pain. And this experience will make me into a much stronger person. Lead with gratitude. What you hold in your heart is what you will see in the world. And your outer world is truly a reflection of your inner world. And in order to master the outer world, you must first master the inner one first.
Damn.
It be like that. It be like that. Hey, I told you that I'm gonna be hitting spots that you didn't know existed. Big pause on that one as well. Right, Stevie?
Yo, we need a drink break.
A drink break? What, you dehydrated?
Yeah, that was crazy.
So one of the first points for today is gratitude. Right, Stevie?
Yes, sir, gratitude.
And something I want you guys to know is that Steve has also torn his ACL in the past. Steve?
Yes, sir. ACL, baby.
For the viewers who are at home who might have torn their ACL or who are in line to get a surgery, I want you to kind of share how your experience was or what it was like when you had torn your ACL or when you were waiting to get your surgery done. What was that like?
I felt like it was the end of the world.
Yeah.
Could no longer be an athlete.
Yeah, but you know what? You actually are right, because it was the end of the world. Yeah. The end of the world of the person that you were.
Damn.
Isn't it?
Yo.
Yeah, continue.
Yeah, so I felt different, couldn't do the things that I used to do. And then training started to fade because it was off-putting, because I was always thinking about the pain, like how you were. And then the pain would always put me off in training. And then I wouldn't work on my rehab. And it was just a cycle of regret. Not doing the rehab, not training, not following through the promises. And then your injury just gets bad.
And now, actually, it's been about 2 years since your injury, more than a year since your surgery. And you want to let the viewers know what life has been like since? Like, what have you been doing? How is training? What even is training? Are you training? What is all of that?
My recovery, I would say, after surgery, it will be 6 to 8 months. Doing some sort of activity.
Yep.
You can feel really strong just going back and forward, but just the turning motion, just not yet, until you rehab that. So I started doing striking again. So I find that's really helpful because you get to turn when you do your kicks. So that's been really good. Putting it to the test, basically.
And for the viewers who are at home watching this at the moment, what advice would you give to someone who is about to go through the same thing as you? What would you like them to know?
Mind over matter.
Yeah, and would you elaborate on that, please?
So let me think about that.
Yep. Oh, damn, I got you in a pickle, innit?
Damn, let
I
me
got
think.
you in a pickle, innit?
Yeah, let me-
Okay. Hey, I feel like you weren't ready to,
Yo,
answer all these questions, innit?
Let me think.
Yeah, man's pondering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pondering,
Let that man ponder.
I like to ponder. Let me take myself back. Damn. So as I was saying, mind over matter. So sometime when you feel pain and your mind is telling you no, you still gotta do it. You just gotta do it, because at the back of your head it's like, no, don't do that. You might get hurt again. But you just gotta finally do it and close that guy out.
Yeah.
He or she.
Would you say that there is a thing as good pain and bad pain, or like is all pain bad pain? Like what are you trying to say?
I say that there is good pain and bad pain. The one that you don't want is a sharp pain or the shooting pain.
Yeah.
But pain that you can feel like you're able to handle and you can push a little bit more, those I would say are good growing pains. Keep at it, kings and queens.
We're about to go into our next point. Are you ready, Stevie?
Damn. Bye. This
What
is
is
the
it?
Matrix. I'm going to a different level.
Okay. Or would you say that you're already at a different level and you're only now just recognizing?
I'm transcending.
Okay, but what if you've transcended and now you're coming to the realization that I have actually transcended?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Alrighty, so a big part of injury is when you are injured, you will lose a part of yourself. And here's what I mean is because you have been active or you have been doing that sport for the last number of months, years, maybe even decades for some people, and then you lose it, you lose a part of yourself. And then you lose that part which you identify with. And the craziest thing is when you do lose that part of yourself, you lose the time that you would spend on that activity. For example, let's just say that you have torn your ACL and you used to play soccer. You will train 2 to 3 times a week. Each session is 2 hours long. You've got your games on the weekend, maybe a double header, so that's 4 to 6 hours. Across the week, that's just 10 hours alone in physical activity within your sport. Then you might even spend an extra 2 to 5 hours hanging out during the week with your teammates. And that could be before training, after training, on the weekend after the game. And you can see how very quickly hours that you spend within that sport or that activity can tally up. So when it gets removed, that's a big 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 hours gone per week in your life. And one thing which you will soon come to know is you have that 30 hours free because that part of you has been taken away. Sometimes not by choice, most of the time not by choice. And you need to figure out what you have to do or what you want to do in that time. If you don't figure out or plan what you will do in that time, it will be planned for you. If you do not fill that hole in your life with something meaningful, it will be filled in for you. Pause. So, you need to replace the hole in your life with something meaningful, and if you don't, it will be replaced for you. And this is what I will quite typically see, and you might even see this in yourself as well, is you've got an extra 20 hours. What will a lot of people do? Doom scroll. They'll spend a lot of time doom scrolling. They might even pick up things like smoking, drinking, even drugs. Like when I was injured, I was so close to jumping on antidepressants, but I had spoken with some of the closest people in my life and they had told me that if I start taking this, the person that will become will be completely different. I can save that story for a whole nother video, and my thoughts and views are a little bit controversial, but look, it is what it is, right? The the same sword that they knight you is the same sword that they will good knight you with. I've already veered off topic, but as I was saying is, if you don't fill that activity with something meaningful, it will be replaced for you, and that will look like doom scrolling, smoking, vaping, drugs, binge eating, talking smack behind your friends. I don't know, like, you know what I mean? Right? It's just, if it's not replaced with anything positive, it will be replaced with something negative, and there's a good chance it will be replaced with something negative. So here's a couple of things that you can replace it with. You can watch tape. So you can, if it's your sport, you can analyze and study the greats. How do they react under pressure? How do they pass? How do they shoot? How do they dribble? Watch tape. See the greats in your sport. The second thing is that you can speak to your team, or you can speak to your physiotherapist. Learn about how is the body meant to move, what muscles do what muscles facilitate what actions. Become a much smarter athlete. Number 3 is read. Read. Reading is one of the most underrated skills that you could ever do. If my English teacher back in the day told me that if I read this one book, it is 70 years worth of someone's life in a book, which I can get through maybe in a week or two. And if you think of it like that, a book is someone's life, knowledge, experiences, lessons that they're going to pass on. If you go through it in a week or two, then you read another book, then you read another book, then you read another book. If you go through 10 books a year, for example, that's 700 years of knowledge and wisdom you've accumulated. If my English teacher told me that, bruh, big man thing, you best believe I'll be in the library. I'll be in the library more than the librarian. I'm telling you right now, y'all can call me a bookworm. Right?
More than the librarian.
Right? And it's one of those things where it's like, it was my perspective towards it that made me want to do the action. So if you can look at it like that, big man thing, you're going to be levels ahead in your journey, in your recovery. The next perspective, or everything is perspective. Everything is perspective. And you know what the craziest thing is, that we all have different lives. And the reason for that is we all see life through a different shade of lens, right? And that lens is a accumulation of our experiences, our thoughts, our feelings, and the most important thing is our perspective. And if you don't like the shade of life that you're seeing, change your glasses, man. It's that easy. Change your glasses. It's that easy. Anyway, we're venturing off topic again, but the next thing that you can do is create new goals. You need to have a target. You need to have an outlook. Who do you want to become? What do you want to be? Where do you want to be in the next couple of months, years, however long it is? You have to create goals. Do not be aimless in your return. Create goals. Otherwise, where you could be in a year is a guess, and your guess is as good as my guess. Or my guess is as good as your guess. Anyway, have goals. After that, I want you to visualize, and another underrated technique. You need to visualize and see yourself where you want to be. You need to see yourself there. Practice. Keep replaying that image back in your head. And the last thing is, because this is one of the most loneliest journey any person can go through, please, I beg you, please, spend time with your family and friends. You are not alone, and you don't need to be alone in this journey. Anyway, Steve, can you pass me the thing? Thank you, Steve. Now, if you're someone who is struggling with the mental and psychological side of recovery, we have just launched our Brick by Brick, the Mountain Within series that targets and helps people who are struggling with anxiety, fear, hesitation, and who are allowing that version of themselves to dictate how their injury recovery and how their perspective of life is. This book is going to change all of that for you. Brick by Brick is a 7-part series. It's a workbooklet that is going to help you overcome a lot of these issues. But The most important part is that it is a work booklet. You have to do the work, otherwise you will not see the results. 7 chapters, you have to do 1 chapter a week. And the book is based on a quote by Profound Pondering. Stevie, you ready for this? If you carry the same bricks, you will continue to build the same house. And that's why this book is called Brick by Brick, because each week I'm giving you a different brick. The week after, another brick. The week after, another brick. After 7 weeks, I've given you enough bricks where you can turn around and say, Shraz, you know what? I think I've built a new version of myself. And I want that to happen brick by brick. Sheesh! Now, if y'all want to cop one, landing page is down in the description. Please, yo, cop one. Yo, it's selling out fast, man. It's selling out fast. It could be sold out. Although it's on Amazon and Amazon apparently have unlimited payment. But yo, it could sell out. It could sell out. So grab your copy ASAP. All right. Shall we get back to the video? Yes. All right. My sales pitch needs work, eh? All right, I think
More confidence.
More confidence?
I reckon more like the videos that I see is like, oh, we only have a couple limited left.
Yeah.
They're selling out real fast.
They're selling out fast? Yeah. Even though it's on Amazon, and Amazon have like unlimited supply of paper. But it's still selling out fast, right, Steve? Yeah. Look, as long as you guys don't do the math, like don't look into it. Also, this is a really, really bad eraser. Ooh, eraser. Hey, how do you call this thing?
Eraser.
Eraser. What did I say? I said eraser. Is it eraser or is it eraser? Because I always say eraser.
You're asking immigrant.
Wow, you're acting like I'm not an immigrant. You're acting like I'm not an immigrant. Wow. Come on, man. Big man team. Anyway, Stevie, what's your favorite Drake song? I got my eyes on you. You're everything that I see. I want your heart, love, and emotion. Endlessly, I can't get over you. You left your mark on me. I want your heart, love, and emotion. 'Cause you're a and you know it. You act so
Different around me.
'Cause you're a good girl and you know it.
Oh my god.
Man, I'm actually so glad that you know a Drake song.
Yo, you know me.
I unfortunately do know you.
Damn.
Damn! What did he say?
What he say?
You know what, Steven?
Yeah.
Wow, I full called you by your first name. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hey, imagine one day I full call you by your full Vietnamese name.
Damn.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say that on camera because, you know.
Damn.
But you know what? I think I might start adjusting you in your full Vietnamese name.
Damn. My first name,
When we start traveling around the world and we start doing these talks and have these seminars where we go through an injury and we'll show you exactly how we rehabilitate injuries our way, and we'll also show you the mental and the spiritual side of recovery. When that happens and we're running them, you best believe at the half time we're gonna have karaoke.
Damn.
We're gonna have karaoke. I don't care, man. I don't care. When we're running this globally, we're having karaoke. So hey, if y'all wanna attend, learn some Drizzy songs, right?
Bring your mics.
Bring the vibe.
Spit some bars.
Yeah, spit some bars. Hopefully, ideally, like no swearing though. So hold that. Like, do not drop them bombs. But yes, and yeah, man, we'll see you there.
Educating men things.
Yup, education with entertainment. That's you know, it's a good environment. 3 E's. It's an environment where we'll educate you and entertain you. But sometimes entertainment can be the best form of education.
Yeah.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What's happening right now? Damn, I think, you know what? I should have added some color. Let me add a bit of colors. Let me add a bit of color. You get me, Stevie?
Yeah, but what is the plane?
I think this is our last point, Steven.
No, I want to learn more, but 3 points are good. 3 points is good.
Hey, here's the thing is that sometimes the minimum amount is the maximum amount. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Hey, look, I'm trying to stimulate you, pause, but I don't want to stimulate you. Pause again. Yeah, I'm trying to stimulate you, but I don't want to overly stimulate you.
Yeah, that's kind of hot.
Is that? Alright, that's interesting, my friend. Our final point for this video is I want you to realize that there is 3 parts of healing. When you are injured, you have to rebuild these 3 planes at the same time. So the first plane is the physical plane and the associated components, which is movement, strength, power, speed, pain, physical pain. That's all categorized into one component. But can you believe that's only 33% of healing? I shit you not, man. That is 33% of healing. The second phase, which most people know, is the mental phase. That is stress, anxiety, pressure, PTSD, psychological readiness, confidence. That's all compiled into this second 33%. So if the first one's physical and the second one is mental, Shrazzy, what's this last third? What's this last 33%? My friend, it is the spiritual.
Damn.
Hold on. Some of y'all be scratching your head right now. I can see you scratching your head, but hold on, let me land this plane, right? This third part is the spiritual, otherwise known as the soul and the heart.
Ooh.
And this comprises of your want, your need to get back, your desire to get back, and it truly is the X factor on whether you turn this as a positive experience where it will reshape you in the most strongest way possible, or you will just become another statistic, right? And what I mean by the spiritual side is, it is when you return from injury, it is that desire, that dog, that part of you that really wants to return. That is the spiritual side. Because I have seen it in so many athletes, and a lot of these athletes come to see me. They will book online or they will see us in person. In person is a bit steep, so if you guys want to check us online, yo, our rehab academy is starting soon. But anyway, they will come to see us and they will let us know that I've had this pain for a number of years. It's better, it's not better sometimes. I hesitate with the ball and I want to get back, but I don't know, like there's a part of me where it's like, I want it, but I don't want it that bad. That is the spiritual side. Because that injury and that pain can leave a mark and a dent in your soul. And I don't know if you guys know, but there is this Japanese story. Stevie, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's this Japanese story where there is a vase and the vase is broken, right? And this could be a reflection of yourself. But what they use to glue in the bars together is gold. So use this experience to drive you forward. So on your path of recovery, you must focus on these things: the physical, the mental, and the spiritual, which is also known as the soul and your heart. Have to all work together. I'm going to write a summary slide. I think this is something that I love to do, is just to make sure that, you know, we have all crossed the finish line. Pause! Big pause! Whoa, 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 whoa! Hey! No one's crossing the finish line on this video. Please, man, please. Hey, man, keep that in your pants, please. I ride for you, cause it got me to say, cause if you like, I'm through. We're gonna have something I do. Cause we're going through some changes. Master of manipulate. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I can't drop that. You reckon people enjoy watching me wipe the video? Oh, wow, 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 wow. Hold on, sorry. Watching me wipe the whiteboard? Yeah.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
Is it? Yeah. Man, you know who else is pretty? You.
Damn.
Hey, here's the thing, right?
Got me some roses back.
Hey, whoa, whoa, hey, I'm trying to compliment you. I'm trying to compliment you, and are you trying to demand things from me?
I want money.
Alright, well, hey. Damn, you want money. You know, there's a part of me that slowly might steer away from actual physical therapy and move into spirituality. That would be crazy, man.
Yeah, I like that. Everything linked up.
If you've made it to this part of the video, we are now at the end. One of my favorite things to do after every video is to have a summary section. So the first part is I want you to lead with gratitude. At the face of adversity, I want you to show gratitude. What you hold in your heart is what you will see in the world. The second one is I want you to actively and consciously fill in your time and decide what to fill in the gap with. If you do not decide, that gap or that hole in your life will be filled in for you. And most of the time, it's something negative and something that isn't going to help you at all. Number 3 is recovery must happen. Recovery must happen on 3 planes of existence, on 3 planes of yourself. The fourth one is I want you to use this setback as a step forward. Think of an arrow. In order to travel hundreds of meters forward, it must first be pulled back a few centimeters. And finally, probably one of the most important points in this video is I want you to know that you are not alone. You are not alone in this journey. And please reach out to your family, your friends, your physios, your team, because you don't have to be. Anyway, this is Shraz the Physio and Stevie.
Yo!
We are signing out. Much love, guys.
See you later.
Flowers and blessings, guys. Flowers and blessings.